Porque diga lo que diga, yo soy libre de pensar, porque siento que es la hora de ganar la libertad. Hasta cuando ya de abusos es el tiempo de cambiar, porque basta de miseria, voy a decir que no.
Porque nace el arco iris después de la tempestad, porque quiero que florezcan mil maneras de pensar, porque sin la dictadura la alegría va a llegar, porque pienso en el futuro, voy a decir que no.
Vamos a decir que no, oh.
Con la fuerza de mi voz.
Vamos a decir que no, oh.
Yo lo canto sin temor.
Vamos a decir que no, oh.
Todos juntos a triunfar.
Vamos a decir que no.
Por la vida y por la paz.
Terminemos con la muerte, es la oportunidad.
Debe ser a la violencia.
Velkommen til Return of Marco Polo. Skulle vi lige repetere en gang. Vi er på vores vej over Stillehavet nået til Tahiti, den største ø i Fransk Polynesien, her i dette verdens største ocean. Vi er langt væk fra alting. Det nærmeste kontinent er Australien, som ligger 6.000 eller mere end 6.000 kilometer mod vest herfra. For et par uger siden kom vi hertil og kastede anker i lagunen, der strækker sig hele vejen rundt her om øen. Vi har været en tur rundt om denne vulkanske ø, der går en vej rundt om langs kysten. Her mødte vi tahitianere i gang med mange ting, lige fra at dyrke papayafrugter og til at surfe på stranden. I sidste uge indledte vi en samtale med Oscar til Maru og Myron Mataora fra byrådet i Far, den største by her på Tahiti. Selvom denne ø er grøn og frugtbar, og selvom mange turister rejser herfra med mindet om netop det tropiske paradis, som de havde betalt for at finde, ja, så er livet her på Tahiti ikke kun en dans på roser. Tahiti er en af verdens sidste kolonier. Det betyder, at folk ikke selv bestemmer her, men at beslutningerne tages i Paris på den anden side af jordkloden. Og det er netop det, vi skal snakke videre med Myron og Oscar om i dag. Velkommen til.
You have the problem with the nuclear issue, but you also are talking about social problems, sort of human problems. How can you deal with these problems, and what do you think will be the future here in Far?
As a person, as a father, as a family, the social problems created by these nuclear issues are so heavy, so strong that we need to be very independent, to become independent as soon as possible. What happened when he started is that the family problems. All of a sudden, we got 20,000 of these military soldiers, French legionnaires, and all kind of these people that come. They came here, and they came here. What they did, they broke down the families. They took the girls here. They took all kind of things, and the whole system, the whole Polynesian family system had changed from that too. So then now today you find in a family, you find a lot of half caste sometimes. You find the father is maybe a German legionnaire, or a Spanish legionnaire, or a French legionnaire, or what so forth. And then you find all these problems within the families. So when these European came in a family and broke down the family, they were like just big chief in a family because of all these things. They brought in the money and broke the families, and that's the social problem we're talking about. Not only that, we talk about cultural problem. It changed too. Where before, when you go in with a Tahitian family, they call you to come in and eat. They invite you to come in. come in and sit down at the table and eat and protect the food that they have. No matter how small or how big the food is, but you sit down there and eat, and you are welcome. Today it's not the same thing. It's changed. They don't call you. They don't call you anymore. They don't invite you to come. It's the one that go by there that will call to the man in the house and say, eat well. See, it changed. Before we invite the people to come in the house. Now it's the one who just walk out the house that will call in the house, eat well. See, bon appetit. It said bon appetit. That's all. That's how it really changed in a family. And that's one of the traditional way or one of the cultural that changed. We don't want that. We don't want that. And if it goes on like this for much more time, it will change. It will become worse and worse and worse. They have all the system. They have all the powers. You have to struggle against all that.
Now you have mentioned that you are struggling, you are fighting for the independence of Tahiti and this country here. So how are you doing that? You have formed a movement, or how have you done?
Yes, we have created the party in 1977, and the purposes of our fight is the freedom of our country and to stop the French nuclear test. So, you know, there are only two different ways to fight for freedom, to gain our independence. One way is to use weapons and fight, and so many people will die, and as I said, this is a very small place. So we have decided to use the non-violence way of struggle. And since that time, we have traveled all around, even though yesterday I was in the Ewart Islands talking to our people. There was election there, so we are going through elections. The last time we won this commune of it is the largest one in population-wise. And I think in 1991, that is the year of our fight. And we have to fight to get the majority of the seats in the Territorial Assembly. And from there, we can ask to the South Pacific countries in the forum to raise up our case before the Committee for Decolonization in the United Nations. So once we become independent, we will have to return to our land. We have this big ocean which is exploited by the Japanese people, by the American people, by the people from Korea. And we have some other resources. We are developing the tourism industry in this country. But I think the tourist people don't like to come down here if we still have the French nuclear test. That's what I said in Japan. Maybe so many people from the world would like to come here, but without the French nuclear test. So if we can develop the tourism industry, we can develop our agriculture, we can do so many things in this country, and it is a very small population, 150,000 people. It's not that hard to develop a real economy for this country.
Yes, because what we see when we go to the supermarkets or wherever, for example, to buy onions, California, we buy other things, New Zealand, Australia, but only a few things from Tahiti.
Yeah, it is a whole system. I can tell you, we can plant onions here, we can plant potatoes here in the Austral Islands. It's a very cold place, colder than here. We can grow everything here in this country, but it's a whole system. You have the Chinese businessmen that import products from outside, and they are getting a lot of money from that, and our local government is getting money from that situation too. So that's why we cannot develop our own agriculture, our own economy. We're just there, and we can do nothing. We don't have the choice.
In other words, they make us more dependent on the system. So looking outside of the system, it's hard. It's hard to see how we can survive because of all this importation of all these things. It's 95% or 98% of what we have here are imported. Very little product here are produced locally. So what can you do about that? So that's why the people, some of them, and these governments especially, say, how can you survive by yourselves? You have no resources, you have nothing, you don't grow your own crops, we bring everything from outside. It's because of that. And because of that system. Because of that system, that it really go in the mind of the people that they think they cannot survive. And that's what we are struggling against it, to make that change. And to tell the people that they have a land. And that land's in here, we can produce everything we need for our own good living. Not for that. See what, how the system works out here to make the people believe of what things that it's not necessary for their life.
Yeah. They have exploited the phosphate in the island of Makatea for 60 years. And this island is still there with, big holes everywhere, but nothing has been left for the Tahitian people. Nothing at all. It is just like the situation in New Caledonia. New Caledonia is the first city it's the second country in the world in nickel production. Where are the Kanak people? They are still living in tribes. And all the profit is going to Numea, which is the city for the white people, for the Caldos people, not for the Kanaks. And it will be always like that. For the moment, we are talking about the phosphate in the island of Mataiva. And we are against this exploitation. And it belongs to the French government, not to us. And we have manganese in this country, we have the cobalt, we have this big ocean.
Makatea is one of those typical examples where it's been exploited for over 60 years. And where are the people of that island? What have they got after 60 years of exploitation of the phosphate? Nothing. Big zero. But that's what they got. No one out of that island have got something. No one at all. They had to migrate. They came here. Today they're here. They're living in what conditions? Some have got a house. Some don't have a house. Some have got a land, some don't have a land, and they live in this kind of system. That's what happened to those people. Now, if we take just Nauru, which had been independent in 1968, they own their own phosphate. Look how they live. Look how they run their country. It's one of the richest countries in the whole world. They control themselves. They talk about diseases. No, that's the problem, but at least they have their own land. At least they control their own riches, where here we do not control at all. Now, just recently they found, like Oscar said, in Mataiva, one of the other islands, they found there's phosphate in there. And not only in Mataiva, there's also in some other islands in the Tuamotu's group of islands. A lot of them, nearly all of these islands have phosphate. Now, who's going to get it? Not the people, not the Tahitian, not the people of those islands. It's this big, great, super, multinational companies, like the French, American, British, or European maybe, they go in there. They are the big profits, not the people themselves. The people will go where? They go there and work. They are the laborers. They get paid for the labors. And that's all. That's all. Now we say no. Stop that. We want our independence now, so we can ourselves do it ourselves. And do it and in other words, exploit that instead of the French government. What's the problem about it? The problem is that today they see at us, they say you cannot do it it's a big job. You cannot do it. We'll do it. They do it for us, but they take the money and they leave us what?
How many of the people here, you say there are 25,000. How many of these 25,000 are young people?
Let's say the majority of our population are young people.
60%.
And,
60%?
Yes, yeah, nearly 60%. And you know, in our traditional way of living, it was not a problem. The normal Tahitian family is over 10 people. And the family in Tahitian, you have the grandfather, grandmother, the uncles, aunties, and all those persons. And that's a normal family. And you know, before we used to have a good breakfast in the morning and 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon. That was the normal meals. But now we have been integrated in the Occidental way of living. We have a coffee in the morning. At 9 o'clock we have another breakfast and tea time. You know, at 12 we have another lunch and dinner, night time, all those things. We cannot support all that. And in the traditional way of living, we have, you know, any kind of food, the breadfruit, the bananas, different kind of bananas. We have the taros. We have, you know, all those, you know, things from the soil. And we have to go fishing. We had to go fishing. So there were no problem at all. We raised up animals. No problems. That was the normal Tahitian family, over than 10 people. Now, if a small family has 2 or 3 children, there are a lot of problems. They cannot, you know, raise up decently, you know, their children. You know, when they have the health problems, they have problem to you know, clothe them, and they have to send them to school. There are a lot of things to pay. They don't have enough money, so they are living with different kind of difficulties to face up. You know, that was the results of this changing from, you know, one way of living to the other, you know, way of living.
I see. And just before we started this, you were pointing at the tree over there, and you said, "Do you know what that is?" I said, "Yes, I think we know." And then you explained what it is to you.
Yes, that's our breadfruit.
Yeah.
And that's the fruit we call the uru. And the history of the Captain Cook, when he came here, he was supposed to send back to Great Britain, you know, enough plants of uru to feed the people in Great Britain. That's what our old chief said to the Captain Cook. And you know, those trees are growing very you know, easily. You can, you know, plant them everywhere. We have those breadfruit. We used to eat that every day. And now they have changed, you know, our let's say habit of eating. Now eating rice, bread, you know, all those products from outside. And it is a whole system. And it's no good for them if we return to our normal way of living. They will have big problems, not us.
You call this your the Polynesian potato.
That's our Polynesian potatoes, yes.
So, you eat potatoes now, or you eat this one?
We have to eat this.
Yeah.
And that's our local potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, in July it's not the season, but we used to put them in the soil, you know, to keep that for many months. No more now. But, you know, we say we have everything to live, to survive in this last paradise. Used to be the last paradise in the world.
Yeah.
That's one phase of colonization. Eh? You have the political colonization that they've done. They have the social colonization. They have the mind colonization. They have all kind of system to colonize the people and the land. See, that's one thing. You point out about the breadfruit, which is our potatoes, our local potatoes, in other words. But what they have told us, they made to change the people, the mind of the people, that stop eat that, but eat the bread. See? Eat the baked bread that they have made, they bring from France. They said, it's a good bread, because that bread you're going to buy for 35 francs.
Can we stop after this?
Yeah.
Can we stop after this?
Yes.
Can we stop
Yeah.
now? You know, I got another idea. We are building our new city house,
Yes.
the city hall,
Yes.
and I think it will be good for you to film
Okay.
our new city hall. It's made with local materials.
Uh-huh.
It's in pandanus.
Yes.
You know, it's really different from the normal city hall of all the French communes.
Uh-huh. Looks good.
And there's a big, story about that.
Yes.
We had to fight against the French government.
You had?
Yeah, yes. It was not easy
Uh-huh.
to build this city hall
Yeah.
with local materials.
Uh-huh.
And it is so nice.
It's
And
nice.
I think you have to show that to people in Europe.
Okay.
It's so different. But you know, he was talking about the colonization of our mind. So what we are doing, we are educating our people to change,
Yeah.
decolonize the mind.
And it's a big task.
It's a big task, yes.
Talking about the education, about 100 years of French education. If we look around and find how many of us, Tahitians, have really gone through and got something, I can assure you, these 10 fingers will not be filled. I think it's only 5 out of 100 years of French education. How many doctors, Tahitian doctors, coming out from Tahitian family? There's 1, 2, or 3 maybe. Most are Chinese, or from healthy family, from some of these big half-caste families, or kids have been adopted by French. They are the one who had become doctors.
No one
But
from the Tahitian family.
no one from within the grassroots people. Nothing. That's a big success out of their education. How many lawyers, Tahitian lawyers, I'm talking about pure Tahitian lawyers? Nothing. No one. We got some,
No one.
no one from the Tahitian families. How many out of all these dandies and
Real
all that?
Tahitian family.
Real family?
No.
No. So when we talk about education, we said no, it's no use. It's no use. We got big schools. We got with these brick schools and everything. They have everything in there. But coming out of those schools, nothing. When you look at a small country like Rarotonga, take Rarotonga, country about what, 18,000 people, lesser than 5, population of 5. They have their own doctors, Rarotongan doctors. Dentists and all that, lawyers, they're all local people, gone to school there. Who've been educated in there. And they've gone overseas and got educated and came back to their own island and they run their own island. People, population of 18,000, they got their own. We are a population of 100,000, we don't have a Tahitian doctor.
That's what I said the last time I had a press conference with the French journalist and some other people from United States and Australia. The French journalists were mad because I said maybe we should be colonized by British or the US people, and I'm sure we will be independent now. They were mad. They were mad. Yeah. That's what I say. It would be better to be colonized by the British.
But it's true.
Probably you are right. That you would have been having the independence now.
Yes.
They teach you, in our school, they teach you to become a pro-French or more French than, a better French than a French. I don't know if you understand what I've said. See?
You know, one African leader said, just forgot his name. What was his name?
Senghor.
Leopold Senghor.
Ah, yeah.
The French are very kind, very friendly. That they are very smart people, but they want you to think like them, to eat like them, and die like them.
In other words, you think French, you eat French, and you die
French.
You live as
So they will be very friendly
That's what they
with
do.
you.
See, back in school, I remember Oscar and myself and some others, and until now, when you go to school, they teach you, they make you believe that you are a descendant of French.
Ancestors are French.
Your ancestors are French. They teach you that in school while you're little.
So I think we should end up going down as Oscar proposed and look at the new city hall, which is a new mairie. That's what is you used to call in French. What would you call it in Polynesian? In Tahiti?
Fareoide.
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 Oide. Okay. So we'll go and see that and end the program there. So from here and now we say thank you. Let's go down there. Okay.
So now we got inside in this very, very beautiful building. You're proud of it, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very proud of it. It's nearly finished. Maybe in 2 months we will open it. But it was not easy to realize this kind of project because we used to build up a city hall with imported materials like the normal city halls throughout France and in the colonies in Martinique, in New Caledonia, even in Tahiti. But I told you that the mind of our people have been colonized, and we have to decolonize the mind of our people and to show to our people that we have so very nice materials and we can build our own houses with our own materials. So you can see it's covered with the barks of the breadfruit trees, and the roof is made with pandanus from the islands, from the outer islands. So we can share, the whole profit to our local people. It's built by our people, it's made by our local people, and it is the house of our local people. Yes. So when they come to the city hall, they will feel free to, sit here, talk to the people here. They will feel at home.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's and maybe you have noticed inside here it's very cool, very fresh.
Yeah, very fresh.
We don't need air condition in that way, so that's a local construction, and I'm very proud of it.
And for example, the floor here, what kind of wood is that?
Yeah, that's a wood we call tamanu, and tow. It's a local tree, and it's made also with the bamboos, and we use also the coconut trees. We can build our own houses with our local materials.
And this is bark of the breadfruit tree.
Yes.
And all the paintings, who did that?
Well,
local people, of course, I guess.
Yes, it's made by craftsmen people who knows how.
So you are looking forward to move into your new offices here in...
Yes, and this will be the new city hall of and the house of our people.
Yeah. That's nice. Congratulations with that.
Thank you very much.
We from Return of Marco Polo, we are leaving Tahiti very soon, and we will also leave your country here. We'll pass Bora Bora, and then we'll go to Rarotonga. And hopefully we'll meet other
nice people there. Until we see you another time, we'll say goodbye and have a very good time here in your new place and also with all what you're doing. Okay.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Con la fuerza de mi voz,
Vamos a decir que no, oh,
Yo lo canto sin temor.
vamos a decir que no, oh,
todos juntos a triunfar.
vamos a decir que no.
Por la vida y por la paz.
Terminemos con la muerte, es la oportunidad.